Welcome to the inspection at 230 St Helena Road in Greensborough. Here we have a single-storey dwelling on a corner block, and even though you've got a St Helena Street address, you do have vehicle access down the side on Bluecombe Court. Now I'm just going to pan around here to give you an idea of the street. As you will notice, the property is subject to a bit of traffic noise, but it is protected by this filter service lane directly in front of the property. And into the front yard, we have rendered masonry retaining walls, neat garden beds and lawns. The dwelling is of brick construction with timber window frames and doors. To the front of the property is this timber decked veranda, and just behind is access down to St Helena Road. To the northern side of the property we have low-level timber retaining wall, and the boundary fence has recently been replaced, and a narrow path leads to the rear garden. The rear garden is very steep with a combination of timber retaining wall and a rockery, and this path leads all the way across the back of the property. In the far top hand corner there is a timber construction kids playhouse, and directly behind me, feeding from the kitchen dining room, steps out onto this alfresco with timber constructed shade and barbecue, brick built barbecue. Just going to span across the back of the home. You can see the condenser for the evaporative cooling, and here is a good view of the upper area, steps leading up to the kids playhouse and a washing line attached to the rear panel fence. So the access point coming off Bluecombe Court, got a good sized garden shed retaining timber walls, good hard standing area for parking for several vehicles, leading to this undercover carport area, space for 2 vehicles, and side access to the front of the property. So I'm just going to stand back here to give you a view of the rear of the property and parking area. The gardens are very well maintained, and a consideration here could be given to include gardening as part of the rental agreement. Concrete hard standing to the garden shed, and just behind we have a close-up of the rear access doors, which are manually opened, operated. Now reverting outside, so we're stood in Bluecombe Court. Driveway's hard standing and in good condition, and in time these trees here will require some upkeep or pruning. And behind we have a double-storey dwelling, again with parking via Bluecombe Court, and spanning now Bluecombe Court, you can see it's a combination of similar age properties, all occupying good blocks. And here's the high side feeding back down to the dwelling, and finally a good viewpoint on the corner of Bluecombe Court and St Helena Road. And I mentioned these trees aligning these borders will require some upkeep and general care in the years to come. Include the external tour.